Good morning. How's everybody today? Did you guys have a good week? Good. So we're going to continue our conversation about birds today. Gigi got us started, and I'm going to ask you guys if you like birds. Anybody who likes birds? Okay. Can you tell me what bird you like, if any bird in particular? Who wants to start? Here, I'm going to start from here. What bird do you like?
Blue ones.
Blue ones, okay.
A hawk.
A hawk, nice.
Red one.
A red one, okay. So we got blue and red.
A eagle.
Eagles, we got hawks and eagles.
Eagles and blue jays.
Blue jays, okay.
Parrot.
Say it louder.
Parrot.
Parrots, okay. How about you, Matias? Do you like birds? Yes. Any bird in particular? No? Okay.
Macaw.
Macaws, okay. Were you going to say you like macaws too? Okay. So somebody already knows what macaws are. Okay, can I have the first slide, please? Those are macaws. Do you think they're pretty? Okay, that one is a scarlet macaw. Let's move on to the next slide. Shows the scarlet macaw in flight. And the third slide shows the blue and gold macaw. Now I want to point a couple of things out to you guys, and I'm going to show them to you on the TV there. If you look at the beak of the macaw, what do you think? Is that a powerful beak, or is it kind of... What do you think?
A powerful beak.
Okay. Anybody disagree? What do you think? No, you don't disagree?
Powerful.
Powerful, you're right. You think it's powerful too? Okay. And it is powerful. The beak of the macaw is used to crush seeds. And where the macaws live, well, does anybody know where macaws live? You do, okay.
Rainforest.
Rainforest, okay.
Rainforest.
Rainforest. You agree, I'm glad.
Rainforest.
Okay, everybody agrees. So macaws live in rainforests. Sometimes they live in savannas too, but macaws live in Central and South America. And the food there, they live in the trees, so they eat leaves and flowers and seeds. And some seeds are tough to crack, but the beak of macaw can make really short work of a seed. The macaw, we'll hear later in the story, can actually, the beak is so powerful it can kind of slice your finger right off. One other thing that I want to tell you about macaws. So, how many toes do you have? Do you know?
5.
You got 5 toes. How many toes does the macaw have?
3.
Nope.
4.
4. Okay. Macaw has four toes. But you know what's interesting about the toes of the macaw? Any idea? Okay. Your toes all point in the same direction, right? If you look at your feet. Well, the macaw, here, hold the mic for me. The macaw has 2 toes that point forward and 2 toes that point backward. Why do you think that is? Any idea? So 2 toes forward, 2 toes backward.
So they can hold on to the branches?
Very good. So they use all 4 toes, and it's kind of like a vise. And when it grasps, it holds the branch better. Okay, last thing that I'm going to tell you about macaws. Can I see one of the other slides? Okay, so if you look at the head of the macaw there, each macaw has a very unique face. The way the feathers are and everything else about the face is unique to each macaw. So just like you have a unique face, and your face is different from everybody else, and yours is different from everybody else, each macaw is different from any other macaw. So the story is about macaws. The story is about a missionary who was going through a market one day and saw a macaw. This was down in Peru, which is in South America. And this missionary saw the macaw in the marketplace and went by the vendor. And the macaw seemed to kind of try to go towards the missionary. And the missionary was a little afraid because if you remember, we were talking about how powerful the beak is. But the vendor said, no, he likes you. You know, stretch your hand out. So the missionary put the hand out, and the macaw climbed on the arm and kind of shuffled all the way to the missionary and put his head on the missionary and kind of started rubbing against the missionary. So the missionary liked the macaw and paid the vendor to take the macaw. Now, normally, if you go to PetSmart or some store, you won't find macaws there, but you'll find little parakeets, some other birds. They cost a whole lot more, or they can cost more than what the missionary paid for the macaw. And the macaw, in this case, huge bird. Okay? So the missionary takes the macaw home. He calls the macaw Mike, and Mike is his friend. So the missionary goes and preaches in places and does his job. And good friends with the macaw. He takes the macaw out of the cage, and you know, they spend time together. But one time the missionary goes on a long trip. You know, he comes back Friday night. Doesn't have a whole lot of time for the macaw. Saturday he's busy with church services, and Sunday he needs to leave somewhere else. So he only touches the macaw through the cage. Doesn't do what he usually does with a macaw. You know, they're not as friends as they used to be. So Sunday the missionary leaves. Monday he's busy somewhere in the jungle. On Tuesday he happens to come back to a city and talks to his wife. And the wife says, "You know what happened? Mike died yesterday." And so the missionary says, I don't understand what happened. Was he sick? How did he die? And the wife says, I really don't know. I don't know what happened. So when the missionary came back home, he talked to a veterinarian. Do you know what those are? What are they?
They are like people who take care of pets.
Okay, doctors for animals, right? Okay, so he talked to a veterinarian, and he said, what's wrong? What do you think happened? And the doctor said, well, I think Mike might have died because of a broken heart. And he said, what do you mean? Well, you know how you spend time with him, and you pet him, and you go out and you play with him. That weekend, you didn't. And so maybe he thought that you weren't friends anymore, and he was saddened by the whole thing, and he died. And so the missionary learned a lesson from this. But not only birds can die of a broken heart, and I don't know that Mike really died of a broken heart, but that's the story. But not only birds or animals can die of a broken heart, but humans can die of a broken heart. If somebody treats you badly, if somebody says unkind words to you, or they hit you, they do mean things to you, your heart can be a little bit broken, or a lot broken. So the story of the macaw, what I'm trying to tell you today is that you need to be very careful with the people that are in your life. Classmates and friends and brothers and sisters, and you need to treat them nicely. You need to say nice words to them, you need to spend time with them, and you want to love them as they deserve to be loved. Okay? Thank you very much for paying attention. You can go back to your seats.